Oh, that's how you turn the camera on? You gotta clap?
You said what now?
That's how you turn the camera on?
No, it syncs it.
Oh.
So when I clap and I do the editing, it syncs the cameras together, so it can be, so I can change the views and still be with my voice with the cameras. So yeah. Hey guys, what's going on? Kind of want another video about something. I have to talk about something that's crazy. Okay, this is about the time of year people are going to start buying and selling motorcycles. Okay, you know, taxes are going to come in, people are going to have a bunch of money, people are selling their bikes and buying bikes. You know, it's just, that's what happens every year. But what I do sometimes is I have a knack, a calling, I guess you want to say, that I can find really good deals on bikes, or I find really good bikes for people. You know, I pretty much can be I guess you can call a bike matchmaker. You know, I can look at somebody and look at a bike and match them up. You know, as far as the size, as far as the look, as far as, you know, their preferences and all those. And I'm pretty good at matching people with bikes. You know, I've got a good history of it. So a lot of times what I do is I'm on Facebook or OfferUp or somewhere, or Craigslist, and sometimes I will see a good deal on a bike. I'll be like, man, that's a pretty good deal. Looks like a good bike. If I want to buy this bike, I probably would buy it if I really want it, or, you know, or could afford it, whatever. So all I do is just share. Like, I will share the ad to multiple bike groups I'm in on Facebook. Well, the thing is like, when I share them, I just put passing this along, good deal. That's all I say. I don't say anything about the bike. I don't say what it looks like, really. I don't say it's a piece of crap or it's stolen or something like that. That's all I do. Now, there was a situation here a few days ago where I was on a marketplace on Facebook, and a guy had a bike for sale. Now, the guy who had this bike for sale, it was, I forgot what it was, like a Yamaha. It was how can I say, a piece of crap bike. It would look crappy. The guy took the picture of the bike in his kitchen that looked like he lived in a trailer. Then on top of that, it's in the kitchen. The dishes weren't done, the cabinets looked crappy, and like he had an air compressor in front of the bike. And all I did was say, passing this along. Now, the reason why I passed that one along is, if somebody was looking for a bike just to learn how to ride and didn't really care about the looks and would just want to get the fundamentals down of riding a bike, and it would be cheaper for insurance and things like that, they want to spend a bunch of money, that would have been the perfect bike for that person. Now, it's not my fault if you take a crappy ass picture of your bike and put it on there and I share it and people are looking at your bike like it's stolen. That is pretty bad when somebody can look at your bike and say it looks like it's stolen, and all I did was just share a picture. That's it. I didn't say, oh God, this bike looks like it's stolen or a piece of crap or whatever. Now, the guy came back at me and was like, how come you didn't tag me in the post? How come, you know what, you know, you're being an asshole and stuff like that because, you know, you're saying it's stolen. Nowhere in the description when I shared it that I said it was stolen. Now, I can't help other people who look at your bike and think it's stolen. They can say what they want to say. That's why we have the freedom of speech. So, I didn't say it. Now, if they say it, then you need to go after them and say, hey, look, it's not stolen. Or go on the ad or the thread, comment thread, and say, hey, it's not stolen. Instead of attacking me because you took a crappy ass picture of your bike. So, and people are looking at and clowning you because you took a picture of your crappy bike in the kitchen that looks like a mobile home. Not saying that living in a mobile home is bad. No. But this particular picture, the kitchen looked like it was a meth lab, because it was just like doors were hanging off and dishes were everywhere. It just, you know, and then who keeps their bike in the kitchen? Like, I guess nobody cooks at your house because you can't get around the bike to be able to cook anything. So I guess you don't really cook nothing. So he just, I don't know, he just got his feelings hurt, I guess. I don't know, I have no idea. I have no idea, but you know, it is what it is. So I have people come to me sometimes. They're like, hey man, you're really good at selling bikes, or you're really good at finding deals or whatever. Can you help me sell my bike? I have no problem if you say, hey, I want to sell my bike. All I need to know is what your bike looks like, anything wrong with it, how many miles, and some pictures, and I just share. That's all I do. And if somebody want to ask questions about the bike, I just send them to the guy that owns the bike. Now, I had a guy who hit me up and said, hey man, I want to sell my bike. I was like, okay, cool. He said, but here's the thing, the title is in another state and I'm waiting for it to get back. I said, okay. And he's like, so what I want to do is that I want to sell my bike. I want, like, I forgot he wants, just say he wants $2,000. He says, well, if someone will give me $1,000, which is half the money that I want for the bike, they can take the bike, and then when the title comes in, then I will give him the other $1,000, and he will give me the other $1,000, and I'll give him the title. Now, the only problems with that, if you already know, I already know what y'all thinking. First thing is this: the only way that's going to really work is unless you know the guy. Unless somebody who's buying the bike is your friend and you know him and y'all are cool like that, you trust each other, then yeah, that could work. But if it's just selling to someone that you don't know, that's going to be a hard sell. Because the thing is that, yes, the guy will have the bike. The guy will only give you $1,000, and then and then when you get the other $1,000, you'll get the title. But here's the thing: it's coming from out of state, so you don't know how long that's going to take. Another thing is this: it could be stolen. Now, and the guy's like, well, you can run the VIN. Yes, you can run the VIN. Like if I stole a bike today, they could, and the bike won't be, and somebody might not report it stolen, until like a week later. Now, if I sell you the bike tomorrow, the VIN is going to be clean. The VIN will be fine. There's nothing wrong with the VIN. You can blah, 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 blah. But as soon as that bike is reported stolen, then you have a stolen bike sitting in your house and you can't do nothing with it. And then you got to prove how you got the bike. And that's just a mess you don't want to go through. Another thing people don't understand is if you don't have the title, what if, for say, yes, the guy says, I'll give you the title when I get it, and it coming from another state, that's kind of really bit more difficult. So, because like here in Georgia, if I lost my title, I could go down to the tag office at title place and get the title, like print out right then and there. But another thing you don't have to worry about too is, what if the title had a lien on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a situation where I traded I traded a couch for a car, and the lady was like, well, I'm from Tennessee and I gotta wait for the title to come in, this and that. I've sat on that car for 6 months, and I was like, where's the title? And then she finally said, oh, I'm sorry, but the title has a lien on it from Title Max. And so I had to go through Title Max and get the lady to let me be on her paperwork, whatever, to get the information, and I had to pay $423 to pay that lien off to get the title, which I'm fine with that, because then I only paid $400 for a car, which is fine. But it doesn't always work that way. So you might sell the bike, and then the guy that you're going to get the title from says, I'll give it to you when I get it, and then they might not ever give it to you, and then you find out that there's a lien on it, and then when they find out a lien on it, you can't get no information about it, and the guy might block you. So it's a hard sell. It's a really hard sell. So the only time that you should ever buy a bike without a title, unless you use it for parts or you use it for a track, that's it. If you're trying to, and here's what I don't understand. This is one of the things I don't get. People always say, oh, hey, I'm selling the bike for $2,000, but it has no title. But all you have to do is spend $100 and you can go get a title. So you're trying to tell me, if you had a bike that you're going to sell for $2,000, but it doesn't have a title, and it only costs you $100 to get the title, why don't you just pay the $100, get the title, and then sell the bike for $4,000. If it's that easy, if it's easy as you say it is to get this title, then you should be able to go get it yourself and double, maybe even triple your money, you know, of selling it. But I don't understand if it's that easy. Obviously, it must not be that easy, because if that was the case, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out $2,000, spend $100, then I could get this bike for $5,000 or $4,000. Makes no sense, right? So that's like one of the things that's like a red flag when people don't have titles. I just don't get it. Just don't understand. Just don't understand. So, like, I just don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. So, y'all let me know in the comments. Am I off or wrong about this, or am I just being paranoid? Because the thing is this, I hate when people go and they buy a bike without the title, and the guy who's selling it is like, oh, you can go get the title, it's real easy, and then they do all that, and then they find out that they can't. It's just, I don't want y'all getting screwed. That's the thing about it. I don't want you getting screwed, because there's people out there who will screw you, you know what I mean. I'm not saying screw you like that. I mean like mess you over on your money, okay? So just be careful and keep your eye out. And I will do more of these videos to try to help you figure out which bike is good for you, or this, that, and the other. Or if you have any questions, holler at me. I'm willing to answer what I can. So okay guys, I'm almost home, so I will see y'all later.